Hi, my name is Maria 5. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Welcome back to my channel if you're not so new. I'm here today with a tea and a make and a book. So, welcome to the world of enchantment. I have a new cup and you can just see it here. Beautiful fairies. And the tea is orange spice with just a drop of honey. I've got the make today. It is a bracelet, self-made, and it's just fabric, and you can just see iridescent thread that I've used. Just a bit of embroidery and then some casings, and yeah, just a bracelet to go around the wrist, and there you have it. It's got a beautiful, enameled stone. I'm pretty sure it's just glass. It's not a real amethyst, but it does look kind of cool, and I thought this would make pretty good fairy jewelry. The book today, I'm sure you are gathering that it is about fairies and magic, and yes, you're right, it is. So before I get into my book, you might be wondering what happened to my new glasses. I don't know. I must have left them at work, but these are the old ones. And I just got back from Calgary, and I want to show you just a little scene that I took because, yeah, if anything looks enchanting, this is it. Calgary skyline. The Calgary skyline as seen from Ramsay. And you can see some construction, some buildings, the Calgary Tower, and there, the classic Saddle Dome. And for the book today, I have Encyclopaedia of Fairies, written by Heather Fawcett, published in 2023. And this book was recommended by Jackie, my friend. Thank you, Jackie. This was such a good read. Oh my goodness. And I think I even requested it from the library and they got it, and in audiobook and ebook. So I even had choices. It was such a good read. I really, really enjoyed it. So we have Emily Wilde. She's a professor at Cambridge and studies fairies and folklore and collects their stories. And she's, in fact, one of the experts in the field. Who she considers a rival, actually, also working in the field, is Wendell Bambleby. And they have offices across the hall from each other. And she spends a lot of time giving him glares through the wall, which he apparently could feel. I kind of really liked that. Anyway, she has got her last chapter to finish on her encyclopedia, so she is journeying in the 1920s by herself, a professor, going to a small village in Norway. And this is quite the undertaking, as you can imagine. Women don't travel alone, and they certainly don't travel by ship, and they certainly don't travel in the late fall for studying fieldwork. So here we are. Already, I like her. I like Emily. She's got this professional attitude, but her life is her work. Her work is her life, and she doesn't do so good socially. She doesn't really have friends, doesn't really have much of anything outside of work. And I know people like this. People like this really do exist. They're so focused, and even vacations, they're typically involved around work, and yeah, they are that focused. So yes, Emily Wilde, here she is. She journeys up to this small village, completing her encyclopedia. So these fairies, the last chapter, they are known as the hidden ones. And yes, so it takes an unusually strong and determined woman to travel in 1909 abroad on a ship in the late autumn to do field work. She goes to the village and she is welcomed, and everyone's very skeptical of her because this is just not something women do. Period. End of story. So there she is. She's made arrangements. She is renting a place, and the place has got goats in there, so she's got to kick them out, and she has no idea about fires and food or anything else. And her host, it has been arranged, will supply the breakfast, and she is to go into town for her supper. And hopefully she can save a little bit of her breakfast for her food out in the field for a later meal, snack, before she comes back into the village. So she makes friends with Poe, who is a fairy along the stream, fairly close to where she is living. And she's just starting to establish a bit of a relationship, a kinship with this Poe. And Wendell Bamblebee shows up, her colleague / rival. And he has students, which are actually his slaves, who kind of do everything for him and arrange everything and chop wood and do everything they're supposed to do to make his life very comfortable. He is really good at it, just enchanting people to like him and love him and do everything. So Emily has already made a rival / enemy in town. This woman has given her food and wine or ale, and Emily insists on paying for it. And this woman's trying to make a gift of it. So of course that's insulting to this woman, because gifts of hospitality should not be rebuked. Period. End of story. Emily, on the other hand, does not want to be indebted to anybody, doesn't want to owe anybody anything, doesn't want to feel like she has to put them in her book. So she is insisting on paying, and yeah, right away, there are issues with her and, of course, the entire village. It's not that big. Everyone talks. So Wendell comes along and charms everybody and has women falling at his feet. And it's quite the reversal from her what she had planned, a quiet study for a few months in the middle of this small town. This sets the scenario, and she's chatting to Poe, and Poe really is not feeling so great because he's met Bamblebee and does not like him because he is one of those tall princes. And all of a sudden, Emily's like, he really is a fairy. I always thought so, but here we go. This is confirmation. And so that changes the whole dynamic of everything. So now she knows that he is of the fae, the fairy, and he doesn't know that she knows. So, of course, that leads to a little bit of interesting conversations. She's studying, he's studying, and all of a sudden, chimes or bells are rung, and two of the villagers, small villagers, are taken. They disappear, they're gone, and they know they're the fairies. They know the fairies have taken them. And so Wendell and Emily have agreed to go on this journey and get their kin back. I will leave you with that. I don't want to go too much into it, but wow, it's such a good story. Really delightful, well written. Of course, you have to buy into the whole magic, the realm. You have to buy into it. But once you do, it is really, really a good read. And yeah, well done, well written. So I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. And please like, please subscribe. And we will see you in 2 weeks, which is the 26th, the day after Christmas, but it will be a Christmas vlog. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.